The views and opinions expressed by the On the Spot with David Rodgers show are solely based on the show's hosts, guests, and viewers. We are solely responsible for all show content in its entirety and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of any sponsors in any way. These broadcasts are presented and made public by the On the Spot with David Rodgers team in the hope that it'll be entertaining and informative to our viewers and listening audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's 7 o'clock and time for On the Spot with David Rodgers. And now, here he is, Mr. Friday Night, the show pony himself, the man, the dream, the legendary David Rodgers.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to On the Spot with David Rodgers. I am Mr. Friday Night, and the show pony himself, David Rodgers, alongside the Byron Bagwell with Super Dave Holland, the Dancing Destroyer, and Michael Heater behind the scenes, trying to keep us out of trouble. Great to have you along with the show tonight. Tonight's show is sponsored by Miracle Automotive and Towing. When you need automotive help, don't pray for a miracle. Call Miracle. For 24-hour towing service and a full-service auto repair, call 904-368-1114. Miracle Automotive and Towing, where miracles happen every day. Let's get the show started as we always do, ladies and gentlemen, with our prayer, our pledge, and our patriotic quote of the night. If y'all all please bow your head, please. Our righteous Heavenly Father, thank you again for letting us get together and do the show tonight, dear Lord. We missed last week, and we all had things we needed to do, but you kept a hedge of protection over us as we accomplished and did those things, dear Lord. Thank you for a beautiful day, dear Lord, that you've given us, and a beautiful week so far. Thank you for letting us live in the greatest country in the world today, the United States of America, dear Lord, the most freest and most powerful country in the world today, dear Lord. Yes, we have our issues and we have our problems, but with your guiding hand and your touching hand, we can get over all those issues and problems. Thank you for the greatest armed forces in the world today, the United States of America's armed forces, each and every one of those services and those service members, past and present. Just keep a hedge of protection for those serving overseas and serving, period, dear Lord, that you're able to let them come back home to their families and their loved ones and spend the holiday season with them. Thank you for our first responders, each and every one of those young men and women, and that you put your hedge of protection over them, and you put your hand on them, dear Lord, as they're out serving our community, dear Lord, all the communities all over the United States, dear Lord. Thank you for each one of them. They are the ones that lets us sleep at night comfortably, knowing that they will be there in case of an emergency. Thank you for our frontline workers of America, dear Lord, for our farmers, to our railroad workers, to our truck drivers, to everybody that makes America run great, dear Lord. Keep your hands over them, dear Lord, and bless each and every one of them, not only this week, but during the holiday season and the upcoming year of 2023. Thank you for the food that we receive each and every day, that it goes in the nourishment of our bodies, and our bodies to thy service. Again, any spoken or unspoken prayer requests, dear Lord, that you touch each and every one of them. You're the ultimate healer. You're the ultimate comforter. You're the one that knows what's in their heart and in their minds, dear Lord. Please comfort each and every one of them. Again, thank you for letting us do the show tonight, dear Lord. Thank you for today, the beautiful day you've given us, and the beautiful rest of the week that you're going to give us, dear Lord. We ask for these things in your Son's name, and the congregation says, Amen. Amen. All right, let us stand for our pledge, please. And I'm going to ask Mr. B with that pretty shirt if he'd lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen, amen. Welcome in to On the Spot with David Rodgers. Here he is, the Byron Bagwell, the Dancing Destroyer, Super Dave Holland back there, our director, Michael Heater, bringing us the weather here in just a few minutes, and bringing us, of course, our graphics for us to be able to read and to give you the information. Byron, what do you have today for us, dear sir, on a patriotic quote?
All right. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share it. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share it.
and I will go ahead.
I've seen this one.
I've seen this one.
Leo Tolstoy. That's what I'm going to say.
No.
I bet. I seen it either yesterday or the day before. Leo Tolstoy, he posted it. Go with me. Go with me.
I'm going with him.
All right.
Am I right?
Let's give everybody a few seconds to see if
Okay.
they can figure it out before we actually
All right.
answer that.
I
will
seen
tell
it.
everybody one thing. It is
Okay.
not a founding father.
Leo Tolstoy.
Okay.
I seen it either Sunday's post, Monday's post. I don't know if it was today because I didn't get
saw
today.
it. I can't
I
remember.
seen it too.
I saw it.
I
Yeah.
think it's Leo.
Leo, you go with me on this one. I believe I'm right.
Leo DiCaprio. No. Tolstoy.
No, Tolstoy.
Okay. All right.
We had Britney Spears as a guest earlier.
And Cher.
I'm sitting here going, it cannot be as far from Britney Spears and Cher as it possibly could be.
And Cher. I said Cher too.
Yes, no.
That's
you would
definitely
hear
not
that
it.
as Cher's
No, and no, you wouldn't.
He's not a founding father.
Let's see. Oh, Shirley Bagwell said Tolstoy, so she must have seen it. I'm not changing my pick then.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah.
How many of you actually know who Leo Tolstoy is? Is
Probably
the question.
Yeah. Now I don't know who it is, but I did see it on your post. Did I not?
He's an author. He is a Russian
An
author.
author. Okay.
Who actually lived during the time of communism.
Yeah.
Wrote books like War and Peace and Master and Marguerite. And it is Leo Tolstoy, by the way. The quote.
When did you post
I
that?
posted that today.
I thought it was the other day.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of these quotes I post the same day, and
And on show days you usually use them, right?
yeah, I normally use
Well,
it.
that's why Mama knows.
Well, Mom probably knew anyway, because
Yeah.
I can guarantee you, Mom's probably read just about every book Tolstoy's written.
Okay. Well, when she came on and said it, I knew we were right. So you got another one?
I can give you another one.
Sure, let's give you another one. Let me welcome some people in while you're doing that. Dwight Allen, good evening to you, fellow patriot. Michelle Starling, hello to you, and happy Tuesday evening, Michelle. Not Monday evening, but Tuesday evening. That's okay. She says amen. Susan Cunningham, good afternoon to you, ma'am. Miss Shirley Bagwell, hello. Tell Miss Shirley Bagwell hello. Hello, Shirley. Hey, Mom, how are you? Great job. Appreciate Michael Heater from Bobby Backer.
Oh, I love
Bobby
movies.
Backer, thanks to all involved. Shirley says Tolstoy. Janelle Pollard Reese, thank you, Janelle, for joining us tonight. Billy Rayberg is on tonight. Hopefully he took his meds. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Hello, Alvy! Alvy was that. We'll talk about this a little bit. He was actually at Christmas on Call Street.
Was he?
He was. He was
Alvy.
indeed.
Where was Alvy?
Alvy was hanging out in the car show area.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was.
I talked to Tammy briefly, and she said that when they pulled up, that out of nowhere, Albie spotted Mitchell's car.
I know that he was saying.
He knew the car.
knew
the
car.
He lined to right to go see Mitchell
the
and
car.
everything like that. It was good to see Albie out and about today or that day.
So, good evening, Sharon Pettiprin, the model, Sharon Pettiprin. She's back on. Where in the world are you? Okay, so this is our new studio. Mr. Dave Holland and several others, well, actually, Mr. Dave Holland himself, invested in the old Florida Times Union building. So this is where our studio is now. So we've gotten away from the sheriff's department where we used to do the show. It's not totally gone, but now that we've got this set up, Dave's got this looking really good. This is where we're doing our shows from. So we hope you like the background. We hope you like what Dave's done with the broadcast. Robert McGee says, good evening, brothers. Good evening to you, Robert McGee. All right, that's all I have, Brian. What do you have?
Well, this one may not sit well with some people, but
Okay.
I love this gentleman that I'm going to share this quote from. And once again, he is not a founding father.
Okay.
Is he an ex-president?
He is not an ex-president. He's not really even a politician.
Okay.
There is no talent so ardently supported, nor generously rewarded, as the ability to convince parasites they are victims.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's a hard one.
Thank you, Mom. We appreciate it. Yes, that's a tough one.
Once again, there is no talent so ardently supported nor generously rewarded as the ability to convince parasites they are victims.
What's his occupation?
Probably a lawyer.
He can't tell us.
He's a professor, I'll give you that much.
Einstein.
It's not Einstein.
Mark Levin. I'm going Mark Levin.
It's not Mark Levin.
Oh, geez, and I better get another guess.
One more time.
There is no talent so ardently supported nor generously rewarded as the ability to convince parasites they are victims.
Well, Dwight Allen took a stab here. Sharon Pettiprin, thank you so much. She said, David, that looks so good. The communication should be better and things should, come across. And it has been. So Dwight says, love that quote. Sounds like Neil Bortz or Rush Limbaugh.
No, sir.
But that was a good guess.
I can promise you, but Mark Levin, Bortz, and Rush Limbaugh have talked about this guy before. And the guy is still alive. All three of them have tremendous respect for this gentleman.
It's not telling me anything.
Well, if I can't do that, we'll get copyrighted for it.
Yeah, we'll get caught. Yeah, okay. I have no guess, man. I'm just taking a way out of the guess, Dave. Stab. I know it's not right. I'm going Winston Churchill.
No, sir. Churchill's not alive.
Oh, you're saying he is alive?
The gentleman's still alive. As a matter of fact, he's still teaching.
Oh, man. Well, I shot that then. That's who I thought it was.
I have no clue. I'm dead.
Yeah.
This gentleman is a professor, and his name is Thomas Sewell.
Jagummits.
Yes, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Dwight, you know what he said?
What?
Soul.
Yep, that's who.
Dwight Allen. Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another one?
No, let's move on.
Never underestimate the power of stupid people in large groups.
Byron Bagwell said that.
No, actually, I'll take credit for that, but I didn't say that. And this is a comedian.
George Carlin.
That was my guess.
I love George Carlin.
I love George Carlin too. I love George Carlin too.
That was on my head.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on with the show right here. Don't go anywhere because here comes the round table. Yes.
I figured you might like that.
Hey, Tornado fans, this is Kurt Miracle of Miracle Automotive and Towing, proud sponsors of Tornado Football. I want to welcome you to beautiful Stark, Florida at David Hurst Stadium, and thank you for letting us be a part of this community. We're here for more than your automotive and towing needs. We're here to be part of Tornado Country. Go Big Red!
Yeah, that was Kurt Miracle Automotive and Towing, that commercial. We really appreciate what Kurt does for us and the show and also the community, man. That guy gives, and gives. And I tell you, he doesn't get he doesn't like the fame. He doesn't like to be known that he does. But Kurt Miracle, thank you for everything that you do, and we're glad to have you in Bradford County. Sharon Pettiprin says, Byron, your hair looks good.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate that.
And Dwight Allen, our brother, says, love all the graphics, Dave. Dave, whatever you're doing, you keep it up. You and Mike, y'all keep that up right there. So anyway, this is the round table. We go around the region, around the table with the latest news and notes. Brought to you by Harry Business in the Deerfoot Plaza, home of the $10 haircut. Call Dance and Destroyer Dave Holland and Company at 904-964-2300. 3338. Dave, do you have an appointment for tomorrow? Yep, all right.
Hello, Harry Business. Can I help you?
Yes, sir. Do you have an appointment for tomorrow? Can I get an appointment?
No, sir. You don't need appointments. Just walk right on in. We'll take right.
You'll take care of us if we just walk in?
That's right.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. How about that, huh? Dave said he'll just take care of you right away. All right, here we go. We begin in Bradford County, where Cole Crosby, 18, has been arrested and charged with tampering with evidence, discharging a firearm from a vehicle, and culpable negligence. Officers say on December 8th, Crosby was holding a handgun while in his car at the Circle K on West Brownlee Street. The gun discharged and the bullet went through the car door and hit a 36-year-old woman right in the torso. Crosby then drove off. Is this still part of it, Dave? Okay. The Bradford County Sheriff's Office and Stark Police Department worked together to find his car, which had been ditched along with the gun. Crosby was found in a room at the Sleepy Hollow Motel on December 9th and booked into the Bradford County Jail. Michael may know more in depth of this story, but if y'all know that name, me and Byron Bagwell has called this name many, many, many times. He is, or was, I hope he's still going to be, a senior at Bradford High School. He played on the football team, an excellent football player. I don't know why he was out at that time of hour, but this is what happens, Byron.
Or with a handgun.
A
loaded one at that.
Yeah. So I wish Cole Crosby, first of all, I wish the lady a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
Michael, do you have any update on the young lady?
No updates on the lady. I know that she suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
That's good. That's a good thing. And again, y'all keep Cole Crosby and this lady in your prayers. I hope this was just a big-time accident, Byron. That's what I'm hoping this was.
Well, I mean, we're all big believers in the right to bear arms.
Right.
And at 18 years old, Cole Crosby should be allowed to have those things.
Right.
I don't believe that's law anymore. I think you've got to be 21.
Right.
But that being said, with the ability to keep and bear arms comes the responsibility that you have as an adult.
Yeah.
To actually use that firearm wisely, and you don't do that inside of a vehicle.
And in the eyes of the law, Byron, he is 18. He is an adult. He's going to get tried as an adult.
Yes, he is.
So there have been several fatal crashes around the region in the last 24 hours, keeping local law enforcement and the Florida Highway Patrol busy. Down in Marion County, a 74-year-old man was killed overnight following a single vehicle crash on State Road 35 near Bellevue. No other vehicles or persons were involved. A second crash, this one in Dixie County last night, claimed the life of a man who was walking in the road on Southeast 136th Avenue near US 19 in Old Town. The vehicle fled the scene and the search is on for that driver. And over in Columbia County, where I'm at, Byron, and work at, another pedestrian was struck and killed last night.
Well, David, if you know that, do you know that area they were just talking about?
Absolutely, I do. Yes.
What was somebody doing walking?
Yeah, what was somebody doing? I agree. I agree with you. Yeah.
No, not there.
You shouldn't see anything. It's so dark over there. There's no lighting whatsoever. FHP says a car was heading south on White Springs Road near Bedford Drive, and a 50-year-old man was walking in the road. Trooper says that the driver tried to avoid hitting the man but could not and hit him with the front of his car. All of the crashes remain under investigation, and anyone with any information is asked to contact the Florida Highway Patrol. Michael, Dave, I want to tell y'all something. I go to work each and every morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Heading down 100, it's dark enough as it is. You know, deer, anything can come out. When you get into Lake City, Michael, and I know you've been through there at that time of night and morning, there is hardly any lighting. And guys are coming to work, Dave, at the Homes of Merit right there and several other businesses that are right there on 100. And believe you me, I've almost hit a couple of them because, hey, for whatever reason, you know, you get over a little bit to the right, you know, to the right part of your lane or to the left part, but mainly the right part because they're driving up that way. They should be coming on to the to the face of traffic, Byron, and they don't have a light on their bicycle, and then all of a sudden my lights hit. Is oh my God, that's some dude or some person, and your heart starts fluttering. And like I said, that lighting and what Byron said, that lighting right there is very, very bad. And I face it each and every morning, Byron.
That could be any of us. You got to use some sense when you're walking down roads like that. I'm not saying it's that person's fault that he got hit, but at the same time, you need to be wearing something or carrying a flashlight, or how about just walking on the side of the road instead of on the road?
How about wearing something that's reflective, Byron? Anything, windbreaker, something that you can see. Like I said, buddy, I've come around there, and I've almost hit a couple of people, and I've gotten scared because guess what? If I hit somebody, might as well just stop, figure out what the heck happened, and hopefully my story jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the only thing there. I want to go back here.
Tammy Testone
said that lady is a friend of hers. She is out of the hospital, Michael, and healing fine, just like you said. Dwight Allen brought something up that's pretty good. He said 21 for a pistol. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, okay, Michael is confirming it is 21.
I think it's 21 for rifles now.
It's 21 for pistols, 21 for rifles, unless you're active military.
Unless you're active military, okay.
You can join the military if you have active military ID card. You can purchase at the age of 18 because obviously you have firearms at the age of 18 when you enlist.
I got you. Okay.
See that saddens me because when I was 18, I could buy either one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, David, could you do me a favor? Dwight says it sounds good. Had 2 or 3 people say the audio is down. Yep, Dave's going to work on that. I guarantee you'll hear us really well here in just a few minutes. Michelle Starling says, I'm from Lake City, and it's been that way for years before I even moved here 18 years ago. So, I don't know. They need to do something. All right, let's get some good news, Byron. Gas prices are slipping down just in time for Christmas. Since last week, Florida gas prices dropped 12 cents per gallon, according to the American Automobile Association, the AAA. The drop marks 31 straight days of prices going down, and prices have dropped 41 cents during that time. The average price per gallon in Florida stands at $3.16.
Great news.
Great news. AAA representative says recession fears have led to crude oil prices dropping, which has led to lower gas prices. Their analyst predicts prices could drop below $3 a gallon by Christmas, and that's better news.
Yeah, it's at 307 in Stark.
Yes, it is.
I'm excited because diesel prices have dropped below $5 a gallon for the first time in over a year.
Yeah,
yes.
But what? Please tell me what Congress is doing right now.
Oh, you're talking about plotting. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Shirley Bagwell says audio. We got it fixed. Sounds so much better. Thank you, Dave and Michael. And finally, it's time for the recall recap. This is a new little deal that we got going on. We feature product recalls from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. This week we have laundry detergent, laminators, and infant formula. Somebody asked me, Michael, before we read this, somebody asked me, and I asked you, and you said, no, I haven't seen any, about any Christmas lights that are defective or on the recall.
And I'll double check that as we get into this.
Art of Green laundry detergent products are being recalled due to risk of exposure to bacteria that can cause serious infections to people who are already sick. About 14,500 units are being pulled back, and anyone with a bottle of Art of Green detergent can return it and get a full refund.
Give me some Tide
Pods?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll use Tide Pods, but I'm not doing what. Never mind.
Never mind. 3M is recalling Scotch brand thermal laminators due to a malfunction that can cause the units to overheat and potentially start a fire. Over 500,000 units are included in that recall. The ByHeart company is recalling whole nutrition infant formula, milk base powdered with iron for 0 to 12 months in 24-ounce containers. While there is no evidence of any issues, there is a potential for bacteria, and the product should be disposed of.
I wonder if the schools know about those laminators.
They're notifying them.
Okay, they are. Okay, good. These products, plus other recalls, can be found on the CPSC and FDA websites. You can Google FDA recall or consumer recall to get the complete list. And we will feature recalls each week that could pose a threat to you. A chance for severe weather? Michael says we could see storms Thursday. Here's your on-the-spot weather.
This weather report brought to you by Austin's Weather Service out of Keystone Heights. Find Austin's Weather Service on Facebook and have a detailed local forecast sent right to you.
And good evening, folks. Glad to have you guys along. A great Tuesday night for us. A little cloudy outside like that, but some changes are on the way. I'm Michael. Let's delve right into it as we go along. Let's start with your allergy forecast. The top allergen going on is juniper, but the numbers are low. Brian and David are very happy to see that one. We're still hovering at about 2.1, that area there. The drought index, mild drought conditions, but that's about to drop away with some rain in the forecast. And, of course, the tropics are completely asleep now that we are moved beyond the hurricane season as well. So, what are we looking at? Well, regionally, we've got a pretty decent cold front that's moving through the southeast. As a result of that, high temperatures tomorrow in Memphis, Birmingham, and Macon in the 60s. Pascagoula at 74 and Orlando under 79 degrees under sunny skies. Charlotte is at 46 because they'll be on the backside of this cold front that's expected to bring some severe weather through Georgia and into northern Florida as we make our way through on Thursday. Let's talk about the squall line and the timing. Oh, you got a little ahead of yourself there. Let's back up real quick. There we go. Let's talk about the squall line coming through on Thursday. We're looking for our area in Bradford County between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. That's what I'm expecting to see the worst of the weather. It's going to move quickly, though. That's the cool part about it, is that it's going to blow through in about 30 to 40 minutes. So from the time it starts to rain until we get through the worst of it. Now, there'll be some lingering showers that make our way through the afternoon, but I'm expecting by about 4 or 5 o'clock here in Bradford County, it should be through our area, and then by about 5 o'clock, it's off the Atlantic coast and not causing any more issues for us. But we still have to be aware of the fact we could see some damaging winds. There's a slight chance of some tornado activity, but the hail conditions and flooding conditions, I don't expect that because it's going to be moving so quick. Give yourself a quarter inch, half inch of rain maybe. We'll see how things progress as we go along there. Just make sure you're paying attention in case there are any severe weather warnings issued by the National Weather Service. For tonight, cooler temperatures, clouds building off towards the north, making their way towards us, low of 61 degrees, and easterly breeze at about 5 to 8 miles per hour. Tomorrow, clouds remain, storms on tap for Thursday. Look for a high tomorrow around 70 degrees with south-southeasterly winds at 8 to 12 miles per hour. That is going to drop. I will tell you that the high temperature tomorrow will be the warmest it's going to get for a while, and that the low temperature tonight will be the high on Saturday.
Ooh.
I'll show you what we're talking about.
Yay!
Taking a look at the 4-day forecast for us, you'll see that there's a chance of rain on tomorrow, 90% chance of rain on Thursday. It drops off Friday and Saturday, actually looking beautiful. But look at these temperatures. 80 degrees tomorrow with a low of 65 tomorrow morning. Friday's high of 65 and Saturday a high of 60. I've got 40 on the screen, but I'm telling you, if you live in some of the colder outlying areas, especially to the north and the west of us, you're going to see temperatures in the 30s, and I would not be surprised to see a light dusting of frost as we make our way through the weekend. Just giving you a heads up on that one. So the big weather concern for us is going to be a chance of rain and some strong storms on Thursday. Cooler temperatures, beautiful weather on this weekend. I would dare say call it Chamber of Commerce forecast because it's really going to look really nice, especially if you're coming out to Tractor Supply in the Deerfoot Village in Stark on Saturday, where Tractor Supply will be holding their Fantastic Foundation Toy Drive, a visit by Santa Claus. The Fantastic Fire Brigade will be in attendance and having a great time to be had by all Saturday from 10 until 3. Dave, that's your local forecast. Back to you.
And tell you what, we'll have that forecast back for you there at the end of the show. As soon as we get done, let me read a couple of things now. Michelle Starling said it was 3:03 at Shell earlier, and I got 5 cents off with my rewards. So time to fill up while it lasts. So she got her gas for $2.98.
Yep.
Nice. Dwight Allen's got a good point. I'm a firm believer that if you're old enough to die for your country, you should have the right to own a gun, drink a beer, or smoke a cigarette if you choose. Fully agree. I fully agree. You ain't got no argument from there, Dwight Allen. I went in when I was 19 years old. Hey, back in the 80s, I got to do all that stuff. All of it.
Yeah.
And you should be able to. Bartow Lee, thank you for joining us. Michelle Starter says, looking forward to that cooler weather for Christmas. Pam Whittle said, not chamber weather, too cold. Yeah, imagine.
But it's great for going and sitting in a tree stand. Oh, Lord, yes.
Trivia on Wednesday nights at Fun Point starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Hey, your host right there just gave the weather is Michael Heater. Then on Thursday nights at 7:30 at the Downtown Grill in Start. We both have great trivias. He's been having some good crowds. I've been having some good crowds. Hey, I tell you what, if you can't make it out to trivia on Wednesday night, come out Thursday night. If you can't go Thursday night, go Wednesday night. Now, I have a answer is category, and that word is what, Dave?
That word would be...
Why don't you tell everybody, too?
Glory.
Glory.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir. Glory. All right. And now, Mike, I got to ask you a question before we do this.
Okay.
We have to pull a person, don't we? We are behind, aren't we?
Indeed, we are 2 months behind.
Are we 2 months behind, or are we 2 weeks behind? 2 weeks.
Yes,
2 weeks behind.
Well, yeah, because we got to.
We got to pull November's winner.
November's winner. So
yeah.
We will pull November's winner. I will. Let me go into
the
office.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and get that. I have to go. I forgot the fire helmet. So
that's all right. We'll put them in something.
We'll grab the helmet, get everything set up here. Yeah,
all right.
We will pull ourselves a winner before the end of the night.
All right, there we go. And now everyone's favorite segment that brings back a little history, brought to you by our great media partners. WAG Eagle Country 106.3 FM. Chuck and Mary Kramer and Lynn Vellis. Mine and Byron Bagwell's bosses on Football Friday nights.
Absolutely.
When Michael goes in there and does a little voiceover, he checks in with them. And, of course, the Bradford County Telegraph and their great staff, including owner John Miller, editor-in-chief Mark Crawford, the ad guru himself, J.R. John Ryan Tillman, and, of course, Mr. Photogenic himself, Cliff Smelly, especially when he's eating pizza at Tony and Al's.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what's the date. These are the headlines from the Bradford Telegraph during the second week of December in what year? Could Start be its own internet solution? Man arrested 5 times since release of last month. He must love going there. Homesick inmate gets girlfriend arrested. Uh-oh. Group envisions best for school sports facilities. Was that December of 2016, December of 2017, or December of 2018? Could Start be its own internet solution? Man arrested 5 times since release of last month. Homesick inmate gets girlfriend arrested. And group envisions best for school sports facilities. Was that the second week of December of 2016, 2017, or 2018? All right, I'll read the first one. Michael, you read the second one. Byron, you read the third one, and I'll read the fourth one. Canopy Communications offered a licensing deal to the city of Stark so the city could provide its own internet service. Yeah,
I would be happy to jump in there. Hey, Kenneth Allen Baldinelli, age 19, was released from the Department of Corrections on November 8th after serving an 18-month sentence for battery. Upon his release, he was arrested 5 more times within 4 weeks on a variety of charges, the latest of being Baldinelli pointing a gun at a victim.
Uh-oh.
Aaliyah Williams, 29, was arrested for trying to smuggle a cigarette to her boyfriend, inmate Adam Glisson. Glisson said he was homesick, missed his girlfriend, and wanted to smoke. Both faced charges of smuggling contraband. Good grief.
Good grief.
David likes to say.
I did. Oh, my goodness. Coaches and community members proposed a major investment in Bradford High School sporting facilities to recognize the players' love of their sports and return community pride, to include a new football field, which we have now, Byron. And I can tell you and Dave and Michael, and I ain't even got to tell them. To me, Michael, to me, David, to me, Byron, it's the best facility in Northeast and North Central Florida. By none. I know University Christian's got a nice little facility over there. They've got 2 practice fields that look alike. But I can put this stadium right here, Byron, against any of them. And I can assure you that to me, it's the best looking stadium around.
I actually like the idea that I like the discussion that I've been hearing about future development, that the away team side, the away side, is possibly going to become the home team side.
Yes.
I am so enthusiastic and excited about that. I think that is really going to just boost the opportunities for our players, the pride, the ownership, and it will attract a lot of outside agencies that might want to come to Stark and Bradford County because of the facilities we have.
And I like it too because, we travel really well when we go to away games. Hey, Bradford probably has just as many fans as the home team wherever we're going to play. Yeah. And I tell you, we would like to see more visiting fans come to our stadium too.
Yes, sir.
But that area over there where Mike said, which I think they'll pretty up and make it nice and big, just, people are standing a lot of times because those stands get full. They bring the band or whatever it is, and it just gets full. So They need a place to sit, and I think that's a great idea that they're going to do something over there. Could Star be its own internet solution, Dave? Man arrested 5 times since release of last month. Homesick inmate gets girlfriend arrested because he wanted a cigarette. And group envisions best for school sports facilities. Is that the second week of December 2016, 2017, or 2018? Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you can play right here. Hey, all you got to do is guess the correct date, Byron. We put your name in the pot, or in the hat as we like to call it. And if we pull your name out, whenever the drawing is, we try to keep the drawing as best as we can, but we hadn't had a show, so we're going to catch that up. You have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate from the Downtown Grill owners, Chrissy and Ricky Thompson, and their staff do a great job.
Yes,
and I tell you, hey, great food. Great. Hey, you have a chance to win a $25 gift certificate. Let's move.
Great food, great entertainment.
Absolutely.
Live bands.
Just trivia on Thursday.
On Thursday night.
Yep. Oh, man, they got all kinds of things going on. Michelle Starling says, looking forward to that cool weather. Yep. Bartow Lee, you are there. Dwight Allen says, might build a fire in the fire pit. Shirley Bagwell says, love the weather for our Christmas party. Fire pit. Mark Udi, here we go. Michael Heater.
Okay.
2017.
Alrighty.
Bartow Lee, 2017.
Okay.
Michelle Starling, 2016.
Okie dokie.
Pam Whittle, 2018.
Okay.
Randy Brooks, 2017.
Alrighty then.
Susan Cunningham, 2017.
I like it.
Phil Jackson, the LA Lakers ex-coach, 2017.
Got you covered.
Dwight Allen, our Patriot brother, says 2017.
Okie dokie.
Roy Jackson says 2018. Tammy Testone and Alvy say 2018. Shirley Bagwell, 2018. Melissa Cribbs is watching. Regina Burkhalter is watching. Melissa Cribbs says 2018. All right, that's the guesses so far. I'm going to switch it over to B. What do you like, B?
He
says.
I like to stay out of this because I know the answer because of all the football stuff.
Yep, okay.
I'm passing.
You're passing.
I know what the answer is. I'm passing.
Okay, well, give it anyway.
Oh.
Just give it.
No.
Just give it.
The thing about it is that he's so confident, but he might be wrong.
He may be wrong. Sharon Petterpin, the model, says 2017.
That's my.
Yeah, I see it. What do you got?
Well, I've been bouncing around 16 and 17, but that contraband story, I feel pretty familiar with that.
Okay, so sort of recent then.
It feels that way.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with 18.
You know what? I'm going to go with 18. Byron, you going with 18? Byron says nothing. Okay, I'm going with 18.
18.
Okay, Byron's going with 18. I'm going with 18. All right, no other guesses, Michael, at this point, but I do want to welcome all of y'all that are watching the show and participated. Really appreciate it. Be drawing a winner here, as Michael said, in just a little bit, as soon as we get through this here. And the answer is, wait for it, here we go, 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 here we go. December 2018.
There you go.
Let's see. Melissa Cribbs, congratulations. Shirley Bagwell, congratulations. Tammy Testone, congratulations. Roy Jackson, congratulations. Pam Whittle, congratulations. Wow, look at there.
Wow.
Big
Starting off really good for the month because we didn't have a show last week.
Right.
Starting off really good for this month. And somebody's going to be a happy camper by the end of the show, Byron, because somebody's going to win something tonight.
That's right.
Not only did we talk about being associated with Bradford County football, not only that, but we actually had a show with the superintendent of that time talking about that in 2018.
We did.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
Good job, Bean. That's why you knew. All right. What do we got next there, Mr. Michael?
Well, that's basically we're ready for you guys.
Okay, so we're ready to talk a little bit about some of the things that's happened. Let me start with the local, Byron. I know you've got a great topic you want to talk about, and I don't want to give it away because I want you to
Shenanigans.
I want you to slip right in there.
Shenanigans, I tell you.
Shenanigans. By the way, hey, congratulations to David Rodgers again for winning the college pick'ems. How about that? I know you and Big Kevin Howe are calling shenanigans. That's all right. You
I want
and Big Kevin.
Chapontier's numbers.
Hey, you and Big
Him and I need to
Kev.
have a conversation about this because there's no way that he won. Because you know what?
I won the pick'ems fair and square.
The Wildcat run off with the numbers.
Oh, is that
8?
That is shenanigans. You and Mr. Kevin Howe, y'all can call y'all's lawyer, J. Noble Haggerty, and that other crook that is partners up with him. What is that? Shyster or whatever?
No, it's Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Yeah, maybe that's it right there. But anyway, y'all call him because my lawyer out of Milan, Italy, Dominique Chaponttier and Guido Sarducci. Hey, look here. They're going to take this to world court if we have to. David Rodgers is the fair and square winner of the pick'ems. You actually came in second place. I was going to try to congratulate you. But no, you want to throw shenanigans on me.
I'm calling Biden and Son.
Oh, no, that is shenanigans. That is shenanigans. No, you didn't. That's shenanigans. All right. But anyway, I want to congratulate.
If they can't fix it, nobody else
can. Yep. I want to congratulate the Tornadoes, and we're going to try to get that show together with everybody. I'd like to get all the football. Byron, I don't know if I have. Do you have a?
What you looking for?
Do you have a roster?
I do not have a roster.
No, I think I've got one in my bag, but I'll check it later here in a minute.
I had the kicker come in and get his haircut today.
So Hayden Hughes come in and got a haircut today.
What was that,
22, Mr. Hayden Hughes.
Yeah.
All right.
We were talking about seniors
he was
this
so good.
year.
God, he was good.
I can't believe there's 22 seniors.
Yes, sir.
On the team.
But Dave, let me.
21.
Yes, 21 seniors. And let me say this. Even with that, we've got a good nucleus of players still coming back. A lot of skilled players that gives hope for next year.
Or better.
Yes. And I've already known, I can tell you this. I don't even know if you guys know this. There's already 2 players that have transferred from other schools. They're big linemen. They're already in Bradford County. You're going to see a lot of that upcoming spring, summer.
Because of what we did.
Because of what we did. And they want and everybody sees that football field, and they want to play on it. And again, go ahead, B.
Well, David, I don't want to steal your thunder, but there are going to be names like Willie Pollard that are going to be back.
Yes.
And why am I drawing a blank?
Willie Pollard, Chasen Clark.
Chasen Clark is
the one-man wrecking crew.
Torrin Brazil is the one that I was looking for. Yeah.
Khalil Cummings.
Khalil Cummings is coming
Jeremiah McKenzie.
Yeah, we got.
And several running backs that came in, as Byron said, that are sophomores and freshmen that are going to step up and help Mr. Pollard out. My gosh, B, we are loaded.
And then we have an all-purpose player that was our quarterback at one time that's coming back too.
Dejon Shanks.
Dejon Shanks. So the Bradford County football team is going to be really good again.
Yes, they are.
They really are.
And the JV players that are going to be stepping up, You know what I mean? That only lost one game, and that was to Union County by 2 points.
Yeah.
They're stepping up. Here we go. To tornado sign right there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we had a 12-2 team. We finished third in the state. We're going to break down some of the records, some of the yardage, some of the things that attributed to this season. Did you see the post, Michael, Byron, and David, that Coach Staples put out today about the special teams? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
I will read that to you guys next week. It is phenomenal. I'm telling you, these guys did a great job. We're very proud of them. You lost to the eventual state champion.
By 10 points.
By 10 points.
By 10 points. It really shouldn't have been 10 points.
No, it shouldn't have.
You lost to the state champion
Yeah.
10 points.
Yeah.
You should have heard some, and I don't know if the public knows this, because the public doesn't hear everything that we hear. You should have heard some of the comments the coaches were making about Bradford County.
Yeah. The Cocoa coaches.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
Cocoa coaches.
I'll give you one. Michael, at the end of the game, they were sitting there talking, and they were talking to Chase, and I will say there was great sportsmanship there. It was. They were hugging each other, everything. That coach went and told David Rodgers, we ain't got hit in the mouth like that all season, to include St. Thomas Aquinas.
Wow.
And y'all know what St. Thomas Aquinas is all about.
There are a lot of people that don't know what St. Thomas Aquinas is.
Yeah.
St. Thomas Aquinas is a school from
Powerhouse.
Miami. It's a powerhouse from
Fort
Miami
Lauderdale.
that's always nationally ranked, most of the time in the top 10 schools in the nation, and they've won a national championship.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
So that is St. Thomas Aquinas.
That type of good.
Yeah, that type of good. So, but we'll get into that more next week, Dave. We're going to try to set up that show. I want to talk about Christmas on Call Street just a little bit. First of all, I want to thank Byron and Dave and Michael for doing what they did out there. And I want to thank them guys because Michael had other duties, but I want to thank David and Byron and myself for, again, hosting the parade. It went really well, Dave. You did a wonderful job of the positioning of those cameras and the audio. Have you went back and listened to that a little bit?
Yes.
If we wouldn't have had that little glitch,
Yeah, and
oh man, that would have been perfect. Went and talked to Pam Whittle yesterday because I had to take back a radio. She said that was, she actually, because she's part of the parade, she's having to organize this. She actually went back and watched the parade on our feed.
yeah, the first 17, 18 minutes, we
yeah.
had a bad signal with our internet.
Yes.
We switched out different connections.
Yes.
And brought up a better signal for
Yes.
the last 40 minutes.
But I want to thank you for the timeliness of the way you did that. You didn't let a lot of time slip by there. When you seen the problem, you jumped on it and fixed it. Byron actually went down and went to get another hotspot, and by the time he got back, Dave had already got it fixed.
Yeah.
So, great job.
But
They had to
you guys-
run halfway across the
Halfway across Stadium Drive over there for you to go get it.
But you guys were in a great position as well. You had a full visual of the parade from the start down to Call Street and their turn. And
I want to thank Pam Whittle, too, for giving us that roster. You don't believe how much that roster helped. We had 48 participants in there. She told us what to write in. And David, Byron, did it. Oh, my God, helped tremendously.
Well, David, there was no need to thank me at all for doing that, and I'll tell you.
Oh
why.
no, I got to because you're part of the crew.
Well, not only that, but there's a very large part of my heart that's still a kid.
Of course,
Probably always will be.
of course.
And I love seeing Christmas parades. I always have loved seeing Christmas parades. Love watching the Rose Bowl parade still. It's you can't beat the celebration of Christ's birth combined with seeing Santa Claus, the Grinch, and all of the other creative things these people do on these floats. It's just a really cool experience.
By the way, I think there were some shenanigans because I think Dave was one of those Grinches in the parade.
I thought it was Michael.
Or was it Michael?
I thought it was Michael.
Did we say Michael or did we say Dave? I thought we said Dave.
It was Dave.
Yeah. Well, Michael was part of it too. He was probably the other Grinch.
Or was it Billy?
Rayberg.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it could have been Billy.
It could have been Billy.
It could have been. Yeah, that's true. But I want to thank everybody that was involved with that, the Downtown Business Association, Chris and Ricky Thompson and all those guys. They did a wonderful job. Matt Peterson, the sound technician. Mitchell Gunner putting on a hell of a car show. Let me use that word. Man, I tell you what, he is down there. He's organizing it. He's getting this thing rolling. Mitchell Gunner, thank you for what you do for that car show. I want to thank you for letting me be a judge along with the Throttle Girls. That's CC Marie and Tara. And a guy named Chris that was actually a vendor helped us judge. It took a little while for us to judge, but we got the top 20 winners, Byron. And, of course, some other categories, best engine, best Dodge. We got all that done. Want to thank those guys. Mitchell, thank you for letting me announce and be the host of calling those awards out. And also I want to thank Matt Peterson for providing the sound out there. Really sounded good. Everything sounded really good.
I mean, there was so many different great floats.
Yes, there was.
The Shriners did a great job
man.
with their vehicles. I mean, we had gigantic floats in this. It was just a great show again.
And coming down beautiful Call Street, man. What?
It's been used in movies before.
It sure has. So, but I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for that. The lighting of the tree, of course, the car show and everything that happened on Saturday. Did you go to the pancake breakfast?
I did not make it a pancake breakfast.
All right. Byron was supposed to go, didn't get a chance to make it. I wanted to go. First of all, I heard those pancakes were absolutely good.
Wow.
Oh, Chrissy Thompson outdid herself. I heard those pancakes. That's all I'll say to that. Making me hungry too. But anyway, want to thank everybody that was involved with that. Michael, really quick before I draw a name.
Okay.
What other events do we have coming up between now and Christmas, or do we have anything?
Oh, yeah. So we have a couple coming up on Saturday the 17th. We'll start off that morning with, let's back up here.
Okay.
Thursday. If we can get through the storms.
Okay.
The jolly guy himself, Santa, will be making a special appearance at Sporting Chance on Temple Avenue. We'll start from noon until 5. Beth Tillman and Company will have Santa there at Sporting Chance. Get a chance for you to pick up some last-minute gift ideas. She's got some amazing inventory in stock. Tornadoes, Seminoles, Gators, you name it. She's got
she does have it.
Everything from tumblers to T-shirts, hats, and everything in between. Check her out noon to 5 for Santa Claus to make a visit and an appearance at Sporting Chance on Thursday. Kicking over to Saturday. Well, no, let's back up. On Friday, the Bradford County Sheriff's Office Jingle Bellers will be out in force. They're going to be performing some Christmas carols at the Ark of Bradford County.
Okay, nice.
The chorus group being carried around on a fire engine, go figure that one out, will be performing throughout the afternoon on Friday to bring a little Christmas cheer to the Ark and other places around the city. On Saturday at 10 a.m., starting at 10 a.m., will be the Funtastic Foundation Toy Drive. This is an offshoot of the Funtastic Fire Brigade. We've started our own 501c3 nonprofit. It's the Funtastic Foundation. We are raising money and collecting toys to give away for Christmas. We're also establishing a charity drive in order to be able to help people who lose their homes due to fire, tornado, and other natural disasters. Nice. That is going to be, we're working on a partnership to be able to provide instant housing with available housing here in the city of Stark to anyone in Bradford or surrounding counties, that we can get them. If it's 10 o'clock at night in the middle of a rainstorm, we can immediately get them into a vehicle, get them into a nice, warm, dry place, them and their family, their children, whatever it is, until the Red Cross or any other agency can arrive to help them. That toy drive starts at 10 a.m. at Tractor Supply in the Deerfoot Village, 1371 South Walnut Street. There will be the Funtastic Fire Brigade will have several trucks in attendance. We will be debuting Ladder 1/7. Not Ladder 17, but Ladder 1/7. If you want to see the newest addition to the Funtastic Fire Brigade, make sure you come out to Tractor Supply, 10 a.m. That will go from 10 until 3 with Santa Claus making an appearance at 1 o'clock. We're looking forward to seeing that as well. And finally, as we make our way through Saturday evening, the Merry Melrose Christmas Parade will be kicking off at 6 p.m., going down State Road 26 from Center Street all the way to State Road 21 in Melrose. Previously, Gordon Smith was the Grand Marshal for the daytime Christmas Parade. Melrose has a parade during the day and at night.
So there's 2 parades in Melrose?
There is. The first one was last Saturday at 10 a.m.
Oh, okay.
This coming Saturday at 6 p.m. It's a night parade that they'll be doing. And we invite you to come out and enjoy the festivities in Melrose, right there in the area of Mossman Park, in the Melrose Plaza area, stretching from the fire station all the way down to the Circle K there at State Road 26 and State Road 21.
All right. Hang on just a second, really quick. Is there anything going on the week of Christmas? Is it sort of quiet? Is there anything?
It's starting to quiet down now.
Okay.
I'm not aware of anything. I'll keep a lookout for it. At this point, I think that we're trying. The bulk of everything
will be done this weekend.
Up this weekend. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Michelle Starling wanted to add the Bradford High School Band Christmas show is this Friday evening at the high school auditorium.
Yes, I'm glad you said that.
I missed that one. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I want to say a couple of things. Anthony Black is on. Let's see, Michelle Starling again. Brittany Bradley's on. Cindy Redding's on. Good evening, ma'am. Mark Udi, Michelle Starling, and Dwight Allen. Everybody's laughing because of me winning the pick'ems.
Yeah, wait a minute now.
Yeah, of course, man. Hey, what do you mean, man? You take it up with the lawyers.
I'm talking to Biden and Son.
Well, you can talk to Max Preps has the roster online. You're right, Michelle, but I have it written down in accordance with. But we're going to do that. We're going to table that off and do that here in just a little bit. That as bad as having Pelosi represent you, Byron.
Worse.
Yeah. Michelle Starling said the Addison brothers.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Levi and
yeah. What's the other one?
I'm going to get killed for this one. Why I can't remember his name.
Levi's one.
But yeah, they're both really impressive.
Yeah. I'm so proud of our guys. Yes, we are too. Good night, everyone. God bless America. Dwight Allen, he gets up early as well.
Good night, brother.
Michelle Starling said, the parade was amazing. We had a blast. I still have to get a few pics with the Grinch. Yeah, well, I know 2 of them. They're sitting right here.
Mr.
Yeah,
Grinch.
there we go. Liz Tillery Holland, one of my favorite people's watching. Hello, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
How? By the way, I don't know if she'll answer. How's Riley doing?
Riley's doing fine.
Is she? How's her? She's in physical therapy. Everything's going good.
She's in physical therapy. She's moving around really good.
Good.
From her operation on her foot.
Yeah.
That she, the girl from the other volleyball team came down and landed on her foot.
Right.
And broke like 7 or 8 bones.
Yeah, that was.
Tendons. I mean.
And she endured it and played through the season, did she not?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Not with my approval.
Thank you, Michelle. Gino and Neo Addison.
Yes, not Leo. Yeah, Neo. Yeah. Tammy Testo says, Albie says good night. Friends, school tomorrow. Absolutely. What is the word for trivia? Shirley, you missed it. It's glory. 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 Roger Cruz is watching. How about that? And again, what you said, Byron, about the Bradford High School band. All right. Let's draw.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
As reported last month, we didn't draw for November or for October either.
We did not.
We did not. So we're going to draw for October. So I've got everyone's name in the helmet. There's the helmet. We're going to draw out. So I want you to pull 2 names.
We're 2 behind.
2 behind. So we're going to pull 2 names tonight. So grab 1.
Okay.
Grab 2. Okay, good. So I don't care which one is which. 1 for October, 1 for November. Figure out who does what to wear and how, and
Okay. So we'll go, if I'm trying to remember correctly, he did guess one time in October. Congratulations, Roy Jackson. Again, he's a couple of time winner now. You got a $25 gift certificate from the Downtown Grill for being the winner in October. And how about this? Congratulations there, Melissa Cribbs. You are the other winner of the $25 gift certificate. That's the November winner. And, of course, we won't draw because I meant to tell you guys, and let me tell our viewers right now, I got a bunch of them on. The 22nd next week will be our last show because we're going to take a Christmas break too. We all want to take and spend time with our families. We're going to take, yeah, of course you do. I'll make sure. Lisa, did you hear that?
What?
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah. So he didn't say anything. But anyway, we're going to come back probably the 4th. Probably the 4th is what we'll do after New Year's. We'll come back. I think the 4th's a Tuesday, Dave, is it not? Is the 4th a Tuesday? And actually, I'm probably going to get my ass kicked, excuse my French, because that's my anniversary.
Oh, no.
Probably ought to not do a show. No, we may table it off. I don't know. Maybe I'll let these guys do it. Who knows? Yeah.
You can't do
that. Oh,
that.
no. Maybe Miss Shelley Rogers would have me strung up by the, anyway.
Our recent winner has a comment to make.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. Hang on a minute, because I want to, hang on a minute. Melissa says, because I don't know if you knew this, middle school has a band concert Wednesday at the high school as well.
Oh, I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Thank you, Melissa.
Shirley Bagwell says, thank you. Congratulations, Roy. Congratulations, Melissa. Joel Davis is on. Roy Jackson says, thank you. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead and say what Michelle said.
Oh, she was talking about the middle school concert.
Okay, you know what Michelle just said?
What?
You can't work on your anniversary.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Since let me take a moment here, since he's on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not had the opportunity to absolutely enjoy the awesomeness of Joel Davis's aerial drone photography, let me tell you what. Joel, I know you're listening. I've said it to you on public, on posting. I'm going to tell you by voice. Dude, I'm telling you what, so impressive. I always enjoy watching and seeing the pictures come out, whether it's downtown Stark, whether it's football games, whether it's the lakes, whether it's pictures of Ladder 17. Okay, maybe I'm a little biased, but doesn't matter. Joel does an amazing job with his aerial photography.
Yes, he does.
And I just wanted to say, I think I speak for a lot of people in Bradford County.
You speak for us here.
When I say, Joel, thank you for what you do. We really do appreciate it.
Joel Davis, again, if I can back up with what Michael said, I've shared some of your photos. I've asked if I could. People from my hometown of Pascagoula, Mississippi, hit that thing. They love it. They love what you're doing. Thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
My gosh, man, are they clear? They're beautiful. Those nighttime photos.
The pictures from the stadium during the playoffs were absolutely amazing with the fireworks and the clarity and the color. They're just phenomenal.
Yep. Judith Young says, good evening, guys. Loving the shirt, Byron, by the way.
Thank you.
Michelle Sarton says, Joel does amazing work. Oh, how Tammy Testone just come up with something. Southside Elementary School, Byron, also has a concert Thursday. A lot of concerts going on. Shirley. Yes, and you've warmed my heart.
New Year.
She said, go ahead, Byron, tell her what she said.
New Year, new cakes.
Ooh.
And who loved the shirt so I can thank him?
That was Michelle Starling. No, that was, who was that? Oh, Judith Young Sally.
Thanks, Judith. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
To get back with you on that one subject, Dave. The 4th is on a Wednesday.
Okay, so I'm good. So the 3rd is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So we will not be airing the 20th.
We're going to air next week, the 22nd. We will not air the week of and then that following week.
Wait, did you say the 20th? That's a Thursday.
Oh, what's next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday's the 20th.
Okay, yes. Well, the 20th will be our last show till the 3rd.
We will not be airing on the 27th.
Correct.
But we will air the following.
Yes.
The following.
You follow where I'm going, Dave?
On the 3rd.
Yeah, on the 3rd.
That's correct. Yep. Rand, did you realize this, Michael, Dave, or Byron? Roy Jackson's a 3rd-time winner.
3-time
Yes,
winner.
3 times.
I didn't realize that.
Tammy Testone saying Southside Elementary School also has a music concert. 3rd.
Wow. Yeah, there we go. Randy Brooks is watching. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to On the Spot with David Rodgers, the Byron Bagwell, the Dancing Destroyer, Dave Holland, Michael Fantastic Heater, David Rodgers here with you. It's been a great show so far. Want to get into a little bit of national news and a little bit of U.S. news. And the Byron Bagwell hasn't been with us a couple of shows, and of course we missed last show. Glad to have him back. This guy's full of knowledge when it comes to that stuff. I know I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit, even though he didn't win pick'em, she came in second. But anyway, you're still trying to figure that out, right? I marked them as I seen them. Anyway, so Byron's got a couple of subjects we want to talk before we close out the show. We're going to have the weather for you again, as Michael's going to bring that to you. So, Byron, thank you for joining my brother. What do we got? Here we go.
Mr. & Saban is the leading firm in Florida, with 8 offices from the Panhandle to all your legal needs.
And now, with the latest national and international update, here is Your World Report with Byron Bagwell.
All right, here we are, back to live action. It looked like I was trying to kiss you there, Byron, but I wasn't.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you're analyzing, Byron. So, anyway, Byron's back with us. What do you got for us tonight, Byron? We'll go ahead and let's just kick this thing off.
Well, I wanted to start this off with a little bit of something different.
Okay.
I've got a quote that's kind of going to lead me into this.
Okay.
I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false and incur my own abhorrence.
That would be Elon Musk.
That would be Frederick Douglass that quoted that.
But we are going to talk about that other.
You are absolutely right. That is going to lead right into Elon Musk. We hear a lot of stuff going on with Elon Musk, and there's been a lot of dumps about what has been going on behind the scenes at Twitter. What we don't hear is one of the most positive things that has happened. They had an issue with child porn on Twitter. Pictures of kids, actual porn, stuff like that. Okay. They tried to get rid of this for over a year and a half because the government told them they had to get rid of it. Elon Musk come in and ended it completely in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Are you telling me that those people at Twitter could not have done that in 2 weeks?
It's about money.
Something is wrong with that picture, and I hope that our FBI is looking into that, because there is something clearly wrong with that picture. Elon Musk may be a very intelligent man, but it doesn't take but a couple clicks to cut that completely out. And then a couple more clicks when they figure out how to get around it. Something's wrong with that picture. Thank you, Mr. Musk, for doing that.
Yes.
That's the first thing I'm going to say. The other thing that I'm going to say is there's people leaving Twitter now. But 25% of people who use Twitter are now pretty much gone. Guess what? There are more tweets out there now than there was when there was the 25%. Because what you're getting is you're getting exactly what Elon Musk promised. He promised people free speech. And that comes from both directions. I wanted to talk about Elon Musk because, quite frankly, I don't care for Elon Musk's politics. I really don't. Elon Musk, and I'm going to use this word because I've quit using it for a certain group of other people that are on the left. Elon Musk really truly is a liberal. Elon Musk believes that people have rights and there are going to be differences, and he believes in free speech. And it's not because Elon Musk's political views have changed, because as a whole they haven't. But he believes in how real liberals, true liberals, believe. Everybody in this country has a right to their opinion, and everybody in this country has a right to express it. Just because You hate someone's speech does not make it hate speech. It just means it hurts your feelings. If it hurts your feelings that bad, come back and talk to that person about why it does. Mm-hmm. See if you can't change their opinion. It's called discourse. It's what we are supposed to do as Americans. When we disagree with something, we talk to each other and we come to compromises. And that is what Elon Musk is forwarding. I absolutely love this fact. But do you know who hates it?
I don't know.
The Marxists and the progressives in the Democrat Party, or the Democrat Party, I should say, hate it because they can't call themselves liberal with a man who really is a liberal standing up for American values, even though his political opinion is different than some of the people on the rights. He is protecting their right to free speech. And that's what Americans do. They stand up for each other. They don't cancel each other. And we've allowed this now. People get hurt, their feelings hurt, so they have people's jobs taken away from them simply because they don't like their opinion. Something's got to stop with this, and I'm really glad that somebody like Elon Musk is doing what he's doing because it's going to start putting a stop to it. Because Elon Musk is nowhere near a conservative.
No.
He is somebody from the other side of the aisle who is actually doing what real Americans do. Mm-hmm. We've had few examples of this, but it's been few and far in between. One of the lawyers that represented Donald Trump is no more a conservative than this phone is a rocket ship. He is a liberal, and he's a liberal professor, but he's a brilliant lawyer. He stepped over the aisle when he saw something that was not right, and he got lambasted for it. I'm surprised he didn't lose his job at the Ivy League school he's at. But you can't do that to him because he's been tenured for 40 years. Look, I appreciate what Elon Musk is doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I know why the people that are going after Elon Musk are going after Elon Musk, because at some point in this next year, I am going to bring in a book that made me violently ill to my stomach when I read it for the first time. And it's been years, but it made me ill to my stomach. I am going to go buy a copy of the Communist Manifesto. And I'm going to bring it in here. And I am going to read parts of this and see if it doesn't sound like some of the things that are going on today. Especially when you talk about dealing with family units. We have to start having an honest discourse with each other about what's going on in this country and what we like and what we don't like. Because if we don't start doing that, we are going to be at each other's, more than just be at each other's throats. It's already happened one time in this country's history, and we cannot allow a group of people up in Washington, D.C., some coming from both sides of the aisles, to push us to that point again. They are not our masters. They are our servants. We, the people, are supposed to be this government.
Right.
We are supposed to tell them what to do. They are not supposed to tell us what to do, and it is completely the opposite way around now. And that's coming from both sides.
Byron, I want to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about the way Elon Musk is. I'm glad he stepped up, and we talked about this, and thank you, Elon, for doing what you did.
Absolutely.
Now, you were saying he was far from being a conservative.
He's not.
He's definitely a liberal, but you explained the liberal that he is. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Would John F. Kennedy fit that bill?
No, John F. Kennedy would not fit the bill of a Democrat now, a liberal now, or anything else. He would be in the Republican Party, and he would be considered a right-wing kook.
Okay.
For one thing that he did alone, which is wanting to get rid of the Federal Reserve.
Right.
And
that's what I wanted to ask you that.
He wanted to end federal regulations on banking. He wanted to end the Fed. He wanted to end it. Part of what got him killed, if you believe some people.
Yes.
That they used to say had tinfoil hats on, but there is evidence out there that very well possibly could be true. So
I think LBJ had something to do with that. But we can get into that other story later.
LBJ, I can rack up a list of things about LBJ.
Oh yeah, me too. Anyway, we'll table that off for another one.
LBJ.
I just wanted to ask
right
about
along
JFK.
there with Wilson in my least favorite people from the 1900s to the 1950s in our politics.
Right. Go ahead, brother. Just lay it out there.
This one irks me. This one irks me really bad. I want to talk about Victor Bout. Name probably doesn't sound too familiar to too many people out there.
Sounds familiar to me.
Victor Bout was one of the most wanted criminals in the world. Number 5 when he was caught. He is a black markets arms dealer who was released back to Russia for Brittany Griner. Let me tell you this. I don't like Brittany Griner. I could care less if people don't like the fact that I don't like Brittany Griner. I would not trade the Marine for Victor Bout. I would not trade our president, whether it was the one that we have now or Ronald Reagan or any other president, for that man. He is responsible indirectly for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people in places like Angola.
Yep.
He is an evil man. And we spent a lot of time and resources to catch him.
Yep.
He should have either been put to death at a firing squad, or he should be rotting in Gitmo, never seeing the light of day in a padded cell. Never should have been released. And I'm going to tell you this. Joe Biden, because of this, and the Democrats, because of this, are a national security risk. And here is why. Because this man does not give 3 craps who he sells guns and arms to. He will be right back in the game. The first place he will probably go is to Ukraine.
Probably second place is probably going to be here. I was going to say
second place is probably going to be somewhere in South America. Americans are going to die because of this. This is the dumbest move that I have ever heard a president make, maybe with the exception of not helping people that are calling for aid in Benghazi, Libya.
Yeah.
Maybe. And this is worse because this man has the capability to kill much more people. This is not a good thing for the United States. Leave Brittany Griner completely out of it. You don't release this man for anybody.
Here's the problem that I've got with it, Byron. When did we change policy about dealing, whether we give them away or whether we're dealing with terrorists?
Under Barack Obama's administration?
Yeah, but unless, correct me if I'm wrong here, did he ever let anybody go? Did he ever release? Who did he release?
He released a bunch of Taliban leaders in trade for troops and citizens in Afghanistan.
Okay, a lot of I didn't hear a lot about this, but I mean, okay, even
we discussed it. But that's been a long
okay,
time
maybe
ago. I have some really strong memories from that man's administration. And I just...
Well, again, we set the precedents for this. I mean, I just cannot believe that we are dealing terrorists for anybody. Whether it's, I don't care if it's Brittany Griner, like you said, President Ronald Reagan, the Marine, Michael Heater, Dave Dolan, it doesn't matter.
He deals in death, David. He arms lunatics.
Yes,
to kill
he does.
People. And if you don't believe it, take a look at what happened in Angola.
There is a writing about him. Go back and read his biography. It'll tell you all of it.
Hey, this is an evil man. who never should have seen the outside of a prison cell except to be tied to a post and shot.
Yep, I agree.
People can take that how they want to. I have very strong feelings about this because this man is directly responsible for killing Americans too.
And let me tell you, Byron, if I can add, let me just give you a little synopsis. 1979, Afghanistan was fighting Russia. Do you know who was the leader on the Afghanistan side?
I do.
Osama bin Laden. Do you remember what we gave him to help fight off the Russians?
I do.
I know you do. And then guess what? Years later, that same guy that we provided weapons and tanks and aircraft and food and clothing came back to bite us square in the tail. And this guy that Byron just talked about is going to do the same thing. He may not do it right away, but he's going to do the same thing. Like you said, probably going to start in smaller countries and then get South America. But believe you me, he's going to provide the weapons to do something here in the U.S. Assure you.
Well, he was providing arms to the Iraqis, and he was, was providing arms to the Syrians too. So, I mean, he's responsible for American deaths, and we just let this man go? I don't care if it's for a basketball star. I don't care if it's for a football star. I don't care if it's for a rock star. I don't care if it's for the president of the United States. You don't do that.
No, you don't.
You don't do that. And there would be a lot of people going, you should let him go for the president of the United States. No, you don't. Because if the president of the United States gone, there is a backup. It's called the vice president. Now, I don't want to see that. I don't want to ever see that happen. But you don't let a man that's this evil ever see the light of day once you have them. Period.
That's good
So
information.
I have been beyond furious about this since I heard that this administration has done this, and I'm telling you, I sure hope that when the Congress gets in, they take a very close look at this and they impeach Joe Biden over it, because it is a national security risk, and it is dereliction of his duty as president of the United States to even contemplate letting somebody like this go. That is an impeachable offense.
All I got to say is, Byron, I'm going to leave you with it. SEAL Team 6. All right.
Well, David, don't you know what happened to SEAL Team 6 in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
You want to talk about... I never talked about that because I talk about that and I get really mad.
Me too.
Because that was a load of garbage that happened during Barack Obama's administration, too. Because if you look at the actual dealings with that, mysteriously there was no air cover.
Nope.
Mysteriously, Taliban showed up where Taliban shouldn't have been.
Nope.
No way they should have been there. No possible way they could have been there because it was controlled by the United States. And then all of a sudden, did SEAL Team 6 get shot down?
Yeah. Shenanigans. All right, let me see here.
Sort of like the arms that disappeared.
Disappeared
running out of Libya, going to Syria.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Shirley Bagwell says, way to go. Yep, one dude to get it done. Michelle Starler. I'm not a fan of his either, but I like the freedom of facts and opinions over feelings.
Yeah.
Dave Holland is watching. Yeah, that entire situation is a whole bunch of BS, and that's coming from Michelle Starling just saying. And China's watching closely. We can't even help Ukraine, and your mom agree with everything that we said.
Well, here look. China has the majority of our government in its pocket.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe it, if you want to know who controls what, you follow the money. And if you follow the money, you'll find out that they've got their money in Joe Biden's pocket, his son's pocket, his family's pocket, Nancy Pelosi's pocket, Chuck Schumer's pocket, Mitch McConnell's pocket. And yes, I said Mitch McConnell. I don't like you either, at all. Follow the money. And then you tell me how they're going to treat China. didn't have their money in Donald Trump's pockets. If they started giving him crap, he'd just pull his businesses out and go elsewhere, like the United Arab Emirates, which charges nothing.
Yeah.
And don't say that we have to have 1% on top of the charging nothing.
Byron, good job on those couplets.
It kills me that the American public is so naive about the fact that these people are beholden to China because they're being paid by China. Oh, it's perfectly legal what they're doing.
China owns a lot of things here in the United States of America. Please go and just look.
Farmland.
Oh, a bunch of it. Cattle, a bunch of it.
Here's another scary thing. They own most of the pharmaceuticals that come into this country. Mm-hmm. I think we only produce like 15% of our own pharmaceuticals. Mm-hmm. What happens when they cut that off? Let's just say with blood pressure medication alone, and how many people are going to die with that before we can produce enough?
I'll tell you another thing, too, really, really significant to a lot of people, insulin. What happens when that goes away?
Medicine is critical. We got to have it.
Got to have it.
But the side effects that comes with all that China medicine.
And that's the other thing. It's not as pure as some of the other stuff. There is so many things to be said about China. It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. But we have a culture that thinks they're great. We have a whole entire section of our sports that are beholden to the Chinese. And that's the NBA.
Yep.
You can't say anything wrong about the NBA or they'll run you out. Mm-hmm. Just take a look at what happened to the player earlier this year that opened his mouth about it. We've got to get our government and our people away from communist China. They're one of the very few places in the world that slavery still exists. They practice eugenics. You don't know what that is. They kill their own children. You can't have more than one child. Two, is it one or two?
Two.
You can't have more than two children. They'll make you have an abortion, or they'll shoot you. So you can't have a child. I mean, take a look at what happened during the pandemic.
That's called, Byron, population control.
They practice it, David.
Practice it, yep.
I mean, there's. You want to talk about how bad Saddam Hussein was? All you've got to do is take a look at China from the time they become a communist nation and look at how many people they killed.
Right.
I mean, it's comparable to what Stalin and Lenin did in Russia and the USSR.
Yep.
And guess where else? The Ukraine. Look, guys, I get passionate about this because I understand when I'm looking at it and I inform myself. I'm not trying to drive anybody away. I'm trying to make people think. You don't have to agree with me politically, but look at the information that's out there and make your own decisions about what's right and what's wrong. Because some of this stuff is just from a moral standpoint, it is abhorrent. To use a word that Frederick Douglass just used in this quote, it's abhorrent. It's wrong. It's moralless. And we're allowing our politicians and the people that we idolize to do things that are just wrong.
You're exactly right, brother. Great subject. Oh, did you want to go one more thing?
I wanted to go do one more thing at the end of this, David. I want to tell you something, brother. I want to leave this on a high note.
Okay.
I completely, utterly enjoyed calling these football games.
Oh God, I knew you was going to say that because I did too.
I loved every single bit of it. with the exception of 2 games that we played, 3 games that were played, and that was from circumstances beyond my control, your control, and the football team's control, or the other football team. Well, one of them was beyond both football teams' control. There was 3 games this year. One of them that Bradford won, and 2 of them that they lost, that were horribly officiated. I mean, that game the first game we played against Eastside, I have never seen anything like it in my life. I think both teams had over 180 yards of penalties.
30 penalties, 325 yards, Byron, if I'm not mistaken, total penalties.
Maybe it was
I think it was
60.
Yeah,
180.
Yeah, it was somewhere in there.
It was horrible. There was no flow to the game. They did not let these kids on either side get into it. Now, I am going to say this.
Thank you, Michelle. We're getting into that.
I haven't watched. I haven't been doing this very long, but I have watched Bradford play Swanee before, and I have seen some of the stupidity that's going on with the referees there. The worst call that I have ever seen in one of those games happened in that Swanee game. We blocked a kick.
A field goal attempt, yeah.
A field goal attempt. Mm-hmm. One of our players scoops the ball up, runs it back for a touchdown.
Thank you, C.J. Karn.
There's nobody around him. Nobody. And the next thing I know, they're calling a penalty, and I'm like, David, what is going on? The broadcasters next to us in the booth are going, for Swanee, are going,
where was that call?
Where did that come from? But we'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Heard him say it. They told us after the game.
I went nuts. David went nuts. I don't know if you remember that. That was some nonsense too.
Yeah, it was shenanigans.
They tried to one-up that at the end of the game when we stripped the ball out of the quarterback's hand, who had not knelt down. He was not down. They had not blown the play dead, and they were running back towards the end zone to score a touchdown dead. And they blew the play dead. The guy's knee was that far up off the ground.
Yep.
When the guy grabbed a hold of him, when our player grabbed a hold of him, he went to kneel. He was nowhere near close to the ground.
No way.
And they hadn't blown the play dead.
And can I stop you right there, Byron? And I know we're getting on time here. That game right there, ladies and gentlemen, and me and Byron dissect this all the time. You don't know how much we talk about these football games. That game right there, David and Michael, cost us the number 1 seed
in the state
playoffs. And if you want to look at how the playoffs went, we would have never played Cocoa.
We played Bishop Verrott
in that state semifinal. Cocoa would have played Florida High. Now, we'd have maybe have met Cocoa. I don't know what would have happened. I do know this.
Wouldn't have mattered.
We would have beat Bishop Verrott. And we should have been playing last Friday night in Tallahassee. Me and you should be calling the game. You probably would have went. You would have went.
A lot of gone.
Everybody in Bradford County would have went. I couldn't tell you what the outcome of that game would have been, but I assure you that we would have been playing that state championship game. That's why me and Byron are so furious about that game right there, because it cost us the number 1 seed.
That was and there was talk of home cooking coming.
Oh, yes.
I can tell you that from people in Swanee. Got something for you next year when you come here.
Oh, yeah, when you come here.
When you come here, we got something for you.
Absolutely.
Here's another thing that I'm going to say. The third game was the state semifinals. We played against Cocoa. Was it as bad and as obvious?
No.
As that Swanee? No. There was at least 3 or 4 calls of face masks with the referees standing right in front of the Cocoa players that was face masking Bradford County's players. They stood there with their hands in their pocket and didn't throw the flag. At a pivotal moment, in that football game, Coco got a face mask penalty that I'm not even sure was a face mask penalty.
Was it?
And it changed the outcome of that football game. There was also on the second on the last touchdown that they scored. I'm sorry. The wide receiver pushed our DB off 5 yards. And then, of course, outran him into the end zone for a touchdown. And guess what happened to our DB? He got called for pass interference on that play after getting pushed off 5 yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a touchdown on top of that.
I'm watching that, and I looked at David and I went,
"What?
Are you kidding me? They're not going to call a push off on that?"
And then the third call, Byron, I need to add before we go to back to the weather. Can you tell me what this is?
You're still trying to figure out what to do. I don't know what.
Can you tell me what this is? I did not know.
I can tell you what it is, but I'd get in trouble on YouTube.
Yeah, I can tell you. I'd like to hit him in the mouth with it. But anyway, do you know what this is? You know what penalty that is?
I have no idea.
That, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody that's still on watching, been doing ball games for 7 years. I've studied football. I know football. That right there is a signal for a blindside block. Really? Do you know when it occurred? When Willie Pollard returned that kickoff, went down the sideline with nobody around, nobody on the left side of the field, or the right side of the field. Everybody was coming to the left side to try to get him. He returns the ball to the 45, Byron, if I'm not mistaken. Close midfield.
I thought it was further. Now it was like the 30 or the 35 he got down to.
He returned it like 40-something, 50-something yards, and we're in position now. This is when the game was 24-21.
Yep.
We're in position. Woo! Me and Byron, we're looking. We're telling everybody on the radio. I don't know what that call is.
I've never seen.
You remember that?
Yeah. I've never seen that call.
Never
before.
seen that.
What are they talking
What
about?
talking about? Blindside block through the flag where nobody was at. Nobody even blocked in the back because all the Tornado football players was in front of Pollard trying to block for him. That call right there hurt me. That one definitely changed the momentum of the game because they couldn't stop us from scoring after that.
Yeah, that was like 2 minutes left on the clock.
David, okay, look, if you see something that looks like a face mask, a referee can make a mistake, and I understand that.
I understand that,
but
too.
when you're standing there 3 or 4 times earlier in the game and you can clearly see somebody's head in somebody's hand and their face being jerked all the way around. That's dangerous, by the way. Somebody can get hurt.
Definitely.
And you stand there watching this and you don't throw the flag, but you throw it on a ticky-tack call that changes the game. Guess what I saw at the beginning of the game? There were 3 or 4 players from Coco talking to the refs.
We've seen it, you remember? We're going to leave it alone.
You can go back in there and listen to my comment about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was during the pregame. You remember? We said it during the pregame show.
Well, I wonder where the refs came from.
Oh, well, I'll find that out, and we'll go over that next Tuesday. Anyway, great show, guys. Thank you, Byron, for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your topics.
Enjoyed it. I really
I know you have.
The football call.
Well, absolutely, and we're going to continue to do it next year. Dave Holland, what you got for the... Oh, you got something?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
The weather. Mr. Michael Heater's going to do the weather.
Here it
is.
And here we go, folks. Let's give you a quick recap of the weather coming up for this week. Some major changes coming down the pipe on Thursday. We start with the allergy forecast. Juniper and evergreens. Of course, it's the Christmas season. You're going to get a little bit of allergy from juniper, but the numbers are low, 2.1, 1.5, 2.1, that kind of thing. Not a big deal. We're in the mild drought conditions because we haven't had a lot of rain in a while, but that's going to come to an end pretty quick thanks to a cold front moving through on Thursday. And as you can see, we're making our way into the regional forecast because everywhere from Memphis, Charlotte, Birmingham, Macon, Pascagoula. You're getting in on it as well. But behind that frontal boundary, it's going to be brisk. Charlotte, 46 degrees tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. Everyone else is going to see the rain. I'm looking at the radar tonight, and we've got some pretty significant storms rolling through the area. Tomorrow, it's going to be on the increase with some clouds. Thursday's the big day, though, so I want to look at your storm forecast for Thursday. Look at the orange block. You can see Bradford County in the area between 10 a.m. 1 p.m. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking 10:30, 11 o'clock is when it's going to make its way through here. It's not going to last long. 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe. Will be less than an hour. Moving through quick. By 5 p.m. off the coast. Not a big deal. But the cooler temperatures that everybody loves is on the way. The damaging winds might be a problem. I don't think it's going to be an issue with tornadoes. Just be aware of the fact that it could be a little nasty. Make sure you keep an eye to the sky to the northwest. And also make sure that you have ways of receiving weather alerts should a thunderstorm or tornado warning be issued. Wednesday's forecast, clouds remain. Storms mainly moving in on Thursday. Could see a shot of sprinkles on Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Check out the high, though. 70 degrees tomorrow. Winds out of the south-southeast at 8 to 12 miles per hour. The low, of course, being in the 60s. But check out, once we get into Thursday and the rain moves through, I want you to pay attention. The low tomorrow morning at 65 degrees, that's going to be the high on Friday. And by Saturday, your high will be hitting 60. I've got 40 on the screen. Folks, if you live in some of the outlying areas where it gets a little bit cooler, look for 30s.
Absolutely.
And just a dusting of frost is possible as you make way into Sunday morning. But
I was about
seasonal
to say,
temperature.
What about Sunday, Michael? Can you
So
tell us
Sunday's going to be beautiful. It really is. I mean, it's going to be brisk. Don't think about this one. But it's actually going to start ticking up a little bit. I'm thinking Sunday, 62 degrees, low probably around 44. It's going to start on a warming trend as we make it way next week. For you, yes, enjoy being in the tree stand. This is going to be a great opportunity. Again, a little bit of rain on Thursday, but it's going to be beautiful conditions starting on Friday, making our way into Saturday. Friday's actually going to be a gorgeous day. I mean, barely any clouds in the sky. You might get a passing shower early in the morning as the frontal boundary makes its way through, but Friday, Saturday look fantastic. Make sure you get out. Have yourself a great weekend. David, that's the latest forecast.
All right, B. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that forecast. You got one last thing to say, and then I've got one more right after you.
I would like to say one more thing. I really don't like it when referees control the outcome of the game. But I will tell you this. That Cocoa team was the real deal.
Yes, sir.
Is the real deal. I watched that quarterback,
Boda,
make some throws. One of them in particular that nobody will remember because it did not go for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
This kid throws a ball 50 yards down the field, an outside shoulder over the back pass. The only person that could have caught that ball was his wide receiver. There is not a DB in high school or college, and there are not many of them in the NFL that can defend that. I looked at David and went, oh, my God. Darn, this kid has got a future. Nothing against Cocoa. They've got a great football team.
Absolutely.
But I do not like it when referees control the outcome of games, especially when you start getting into the playoffs, because you do not get the best teams playing for a state championship, and that is not fair to the kids on either side.
We talked about that throw with our coach the week before.
Well, we knew that the kid was good, and he'd pick you apart if you let him stand there to do that. And we'll get into some of that next week. I do want to say this. G. McKenzie, thank you for coming on. For mine, and for me and Byron and Dave and Michael Heater, your son stepped up when needed and played his heart out. He's only a sophomore. He's coming back. This kid has got talent out there. You know what? Can play the quarterback position. And I tell you, he's not afraid to run it in between the tackles. He's not afraid to take it outside. He's not afraid to throw it. Gene McKenzie, you ought to be proud of your son, because me and Byron enjoyed calling the games when he was at quarterback. I'm waiting for next year.
I really am looking forward to next year and seeing what he can do next year. Thank you so much, Jeremiah.
Yeah,
and thank
Jeremiah
you for
McKenzie.
We really appreciate it.
Michelle Starling, thank you. Z Zamaya, Hot Topics with Z and Tuck, Thursday nights, 10:30.
Catch it live.
Catch it live. Yes, Coco was a really good team. Long Pass were a good yes. And we have an amazing team. I still think we're the best team in the state. On behalf of the Byron Bagwell, of course, the Dancing Destroyer, Dave Holland, Mr. Fantastic, bringing out a new toy. Yeah. So you'll see that on Saturday. Michael Heater, I'm David Rodgers. God bless you guys. Don't forget, Mitchell Gunner on the Spot Motorsports Media, Thursday night at 7 o'clock. He's got a couple of guests that'll be coming on. Thank you for what you do, Mitchell. That page is blowing up, by the way.
Go catch the races that he televises live, too.
Yeah, absolutely. God bless you guys. Have a great week. Have a great weekend.
Good night, everybody.